Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be playing 100 solo showdown matches. Before I begin, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to TheNotable's 100 Days and 100 Drop series. That series inspired this video a lot, so consider checking them out. His link will be in the description. I'd also like to establish my 3 main goals for this video since I'm still trying to relearn the game. I'd like to rank up my Spike to R25, my Crow to R20, and my Frank to R20. I'd like to get 25 wins, hopefully by the end of the video to show improvement, and I'd like to see how much of a difference the Brawl Pass makes when gaining trophies. Game 1 started pretty ordinarily. It was going pretty well until I missed every single shot versus Griff, which was pretty unfortunate. I camped on the side until it was a showdown, and then I missed every shot versus Jackie. Then she emoted on me. Then I started to camp, and she found me. Game 2 wasn't looking too promising with all the Edgars. Make sure to always check bushes for Edgars, guys, and then always emote on them afterwards. You may never fully be safe, though. Not much happened in Game 3. Just check your bushes, guys. Game 4, I got some pretty nice shots on this Nita, who I eventually killed, and then I lost again to a Leon in a bush. Game 5 we don't talk about. We don't talk about Game 6 either. Game 7 I was tracked down by a Dynamite, who I think later regretted that decision, but then I died. Game 8 I camped in a bush and I got what I deserved. Game 9 I had a back and forth with this Edgar, which I eventually won. Screw you, Edgar. Then this Fang tracked me down and we death traded. Now we're at big game number 10 and I got one shot. I don't think at this point I'm getting very far with Spike, so I have to switch to the best sniper in the game. You guys already know, I gotta win these. Okay, game 11 isn't a great example of how OP Frank is just because I had to die to Storm in order to not get double teamed in this game, but game 12 was a different game. Started off kind of boring, but then I checked my bushes and I found this Tara. She tried to spawn these little puppets, but you guys already know, that's not enough to stop big boy Frank. Then this Griff got a good shot on me and would not leave me alone, so then I started to emote and taunt him for a little bit. Then I got tired of him sniping, so I decided to rush him, and for some reason this Piper rushed me, so that was another free kill. Then it was down to top 3, so I decided to rush this Max, and since the Mortis was low, it was a pretty easy finish, ultimately securing our first win. I didn't really do anything in game 12, but I got the Showdown, which is pretty cool. But I did lose. In game 14, I didn't do much outside of taunt this bow that was chasing me. A Brock and him did not take kindly to that. Game 15 was unfortunate. I can't even lie. In game 16, this Dynamite completely juggled me, and I got destroyed. In game 17, I got my revenge by taking out this Dynamite, but I was no match for the Gus and Carl double team. In game 18, I got a pretty nice kill on this unsuspecting Barley. Then I forced a Brock to stop camping and was then top 2. Then I rushed this Penny in a bush with my super and secured our second win. In game 19, I got a pretty nice kill versus Buzz. Then I trapped this El Primo with Frank's sniping capabilities, and then finished him off. Unfortunately though, my Edgar killing skills still aren't quite there. In game 20, the one time I didn't check a bush, I got ambushed. Always check your bushes, guys. Unfortunately, a Shelly completely blocked my super and I got owned. Since I've been playing with Frank a while, I decided to give Crow a try, which didn't go very well in game 21. In game 22, I learned from my mistake and I ran away from this Daryl, but later got 2-shot by this Griff. In game 23, I played pretty passively until it was a showdown, where I was forced to fight my worst enemy, Edgar. I saw him aiming his super, so I ran towards him in order to bait it out. Once he used it, I just ran away in order to capitalize on his low distance range, and once I used my super, it was all over, ultimately securing the third win of the video. Game 24, I got too greedy versus Buzz, and he ultimately just got me. Game 25, I died almost immediately because this Nita AFK baited me. Okay, so a quarter way through the games, we only have about 3 wins, which is definitely not what I'm looking for, so I think it's time we see how the Brawl Pass can impact this. I didn't get anything too crazy from the Brawl Pass, but I was able to unlock an epic brawler, so I chose Larry and Laurie because I'm pretty sure someone said they were good ones. I also forgot to mention this earlier, but I did collect all the coins from the Brawl Pass already, I just haven't spent them yet. I'm actually kind of surprised at how many gems I got. I also got a couple of whatever star drops and a bunch of bling points. I was able to unlock my Griff, so I ultimately decided on Byron as my next mythic brawler to unlock. Then I got a lot more Godzilla skins and a few more star drops. I also actually got this legendary star drop, which unfortunately for me held the one super for Crow that I wasn't planning on getting. Then I opened a bunch of random star drops that didn't really hold anything, and now I get to see if this makes a difference in any of the games. Alright, let's see how much stuff I can get with all the coins I collected. Yeah, I think I spent too much. In game 26, I got a pretty nice kill on this Barley, but then I was caught in a pretty unescapable situation. In game 27, I got double teamed. Game 28, I learned that Crow wasn't the best on this map, so I had to camp in order to win, and I took that seriously. The entire game. Then I waited until it was a showdown between me and this Tara, where my gadget combined with the Storm was too much for her to handle. This secured the 4th one of the video. In game 29, I would not let this Buzz get away, and I just spammed him with this insanely OP gadget. No, like seriously, nerf it. I used my super in this bush mainly to get this Max, but I ended up getting a Buzz and a Melody. Alas, the Max did prevail, is what haters would say. Game 30 wasn't pretty. Game 31, I found this weak Carl, and killed him. Then I found this Max, and killed him too. Then it was a showdown between me and this Edgar, but with my range and my super, it was already over. This secures the 5th one of the video. In game 32, I used Crow's OP gadget to take out this El Primo. His brother did not appreciate that. Game 33, I just got cooked. Same deal with game 34. Game 35 I decided to use Frank because I felt he was better in this map. Like, come on, look at this you guys, 3 charge cubes. I got a pretty nice bonk on this unsuspecting Tara, which did end up dying, but all good things must come to an end when there's an Edgar in your lobby. Game 36, this Brock and Jesse tried to team, but I politely said no and went about my way, before this bull absolutely clowned on me. Game 37, this Edgar and Shelly were teaming, but I was able to take out the Shelly before the Edgar eventually got me. Game 38, I tracked down this Colette to get the kill, then I got another kill on this Penny. Then it was a 1v1 between me and this bull, and I couldn't let last game happen again, so I abused Frank's super and I got the win. This secures the 6th win of the video. Game 39, I abused Frank's bonking skills to get these 2 charge cubes. Then this Edgar came over who did not want the smoke. But it's an Edgar, so you guys already know I camped him out to kill him. Emoting on Edgars is my favorite thing to do in this game. I was able to get a pretty nice kill on this Penny who rushed me for some reason. Then this Edgar attempted, keyword attempted, to rush me before he dealt with the hammer. Then it was a showdown, but that will not stop me from emoting on an Edgar. Then I found the last guy in a bush, but with the combination of Frank's super and his sniping ability, you guys already know I won this. This makes 7 wins. Yeah, I don't want to talk about game 40. Game 42 I did literally nothing, but I was in a showdown and I lost. I absolutely cooked in game 42, but unfortunately I lost the footage, but I still do have the showdown match. I got a pretty nice shot on this Maisie since I was controlling the bush area, and I used my super to finish off the game. This makes win number 8. In game 43 I got a pretty nice kill on this bow, and I had the absolute pleasure of tracking down this Edgar and emoting on him. This feels great, guys. This Buzz tried to grab me, but I just used my sniping ability to take care of him. This makes win number 9. Game 44 I got a nice shot on this El Primo, but he got a nicer shot on me. Game 45 I just choked. Game 46 I went Spike because I got bored of Frank, but then he happened. Game 47 I got some pretty nice kills on a Nanny, an EMZ, and Anita. I used Spike's hypercharge for the first time in this game, and that went pretty well. That makes win number 10. Game 48 this Frank was chasing me, and I didn't have the heart to kill him. So I didn't, this other Spike did. They tried to team with me, but I politely declined because I don't team in this game. Then I just camped until showdown, but somehow the Shelly outranged me. In game 49 I messed with the wrong kit. Since we're at the halfway point at game 50, I knew I had to make this game count. But then I died to a Buzz in a bush. Since we're at the halfway point, I thought it would be a good idea to look at all the characters and see how I'm doing so far. Spike is at 640 trophies compared to the original 596. Crow is at 406 compared to the original 366. And Frank is at 401 compared to the original 290. Also, if you guys are enjoying the video so far, consider liking and subscribing. This video took a while to make, so I'd really appreciate the support. Alright, let's get right back into it. I decided to play Crow for game 51 just because I leveled him up the least, but then I died. Not much happened in game 52, I just died. In fact, for games 53 to 55, nothing happened, I just died. In game 56, I was able to kill this Daryl by tracking him down. Then it was a showdown between me and an Edgar, and I couldn't clutch it this time. Game 57, I used Spike because it was clear that Crow just wasn't going to work on this map. Then I did a whole lot of nothing until it was a showdown between me and this Edgar, and I lost. I got scared to death in game 58. I'm not joking, in game 59, I got triple teamed. Now I'm using Frank because I don't feel like getting triple teamed again. I got a pretty sweet kill on this Nita, but I fumbled the showdown versus Daryl. Game 61, I really started to feel a morale drop, but then I killed this Leon, so it was all good. I would have gotten this El Primo too, but he jumped over my last shot. Game 62, I started to lock in because I just lost over 10 games straight. My first victim was this El Primo, who I used my super on. Then this Max who decided to rush me. Then it was a 1v1 versus Frank, which was pretty easy because I had my super. This makes win number 11. Game 63, I one-shot this Brock, then ran into my death. Game 64, I started to realize that I didn't have many games left, so I wanted to make each one count. I started by ambushing this Jean to get a pretty easy kill. Then I used my super in the grass so that I wouldn't get ambushed again. And I was actually able to take out this bull because of it. Then it was a showdown between me and a Leon, and I figured the Leon was hiding in the bushes, so I just used my super on them. It turns out he wasn't in the area that I hit, but I was still able to take him out, securing our 12th win. In game 65, I mainly just camped until I was thankfully able to take out this Edgar. Then I used my super to not get ambushed, and then I got ambushed, but you guys already know Frank always prevails. Then I used my gadget to kill this Buzz. Then it was a showdown between me and this Draco, and I had to use my super, then my gadget, then my super again in order to win the game. This secured the 13th win. Game 66, I got a pretty nice kill on this Barley before it was a showdown between me and an El Primo. I was so close, yet so far. In game 67, this Buzz just tracked me down and got me. I don't think I canonically beat Buzz. The only lag spike I had during this entire filming session was when I was 1v1ing this Buzz and I was completely vulnerable. Game 69, haha, I killed an Edgar and then lost to a bow. This loss was actually pretty harsh just because I am trying to win as much as possible because I really don't have that many games left. Game 70, I got an AFK kill on this EMZ, and I really tried to win versus El Primo, but this is the 4th time I've choked to an El Primo in this video. Game 71 was pretty chill. I just camped until it was a showdown. But Edgars will always have the upper hand in a bush. I'm not so much worried about kills anymore and more so worried about winning just because I do need to gain the trophies in order to meet my goal. Until this El Primo found me and I had to take care of him. And then I somehow ended up dying to Storm like a complete bot. Game 73 I decided to go Crow just because I felt I already did enough with Frank. Then I got a pretty nice kill on this kit, and as this bow was trying to rush me, I was not having it until this Colt and Shelly double teamed me. A lot of people in the comments have been saying that solo showdown isn't the greatest way to push trophies and I should really try other game modes, and now I'm starting to see why, because the amount of teaming and toxicity is definitely starting to get there. Oh look, I'm dead. Game 75, double teamed yet again. Game 76 I chilled in this bush. Boom, showdown. It was a pretty easy win just because the last person was one shot. This makes win number 14. Yeah, game 77 happened. Game 78 I saw an Edgar and you guys already know I had to take action. The Dynamite one shot me right after though. Game 79 I was about to get double teamed before I escaped through the storm. Then I was able to take out the Carl with my super before the Nina eventually trapped me in the corner. Game 80 and Edgar hopped out of a bush to kill me. And game 81 I decided to switch to Spike because it was clear that Crow wasn't getting me very far. Then I got camped on by the Shelly and Piper. And game 82 I got camped in this corner by Buzz. Guys, I think I'm starting to notice a pattern a little bit. Game 84 I eliminated this Stu. Then I got chased by a Leon and a Colt at the same time. Game 85 I got some pretty nice shots on this Leon. Then I got rushed again. It was at this point that I was getting a little bit frustrated with Showdown just because I died the same way like 8 times in a row, and honestly I can only blame myself for that. Hey look, I'm dead again. Game 87 I went Crow again and lost again. Game 88 I got a free kill on this Rosa. Then I eliminated this Jessie to get a showdown. It was me versus Gus and I had the distance and 2 of my gadgets, so there was almost no way for me to lose. This secured our 15th win. In game 89 I made it to top 4 and this Colt was trying to push me more towards the middle and I was not having any of that, so I beat him with my super. Then it was a 1v1 versus Buzz, and although it seemed like he was going to push me into a corner to take me out, I had my super and I used it at the last second to take him out. This makes 16 wins. Game 90 I sat still until top 3, until I had to move and this Edgar eventually got me. Game 91 I was pretty much only going for placement, but I got a pretty cool kill on this kit though. I ended up losing to this Brock's super, but I didn't really mind. Game 92 I just tried to keep my distance, but that didn't go very well. Game 93 I would not let this Stu get away. Same thing with this Byron. Then it was a showdown between me and this Leon. I definitely should have lost this because I thought the person on my right was the bot, but we take those. This leaves us with 17 wins. Game 84 I got some pretty nice shots on this unsuspecting Amber. Then I ran and hid until I couldn't. Game 95 this Mortis tried to rush me and found out. Then I waited until it was a showdown, and this guy was super cocky, but he low-key hit me into the stratosphere. Game 96 I shouldn't have used my super without an escape plan, but I did it anyways. Game 97 was game 97. Game 98 I killed this EMZ, but at what cost? You've seen game 99 about 15 times in this video. I would absolutely love to tell you guys that I won this match in a heroic way as the last match of the video. Unfortunately for you guys and myself, I don't fake my videos and I ended up getting one shot. Now let's go see how I did. Just as a reminder, my initial goals for this video were to get Spike to R25, Crow to R20, and Frank to R20, as well as getting 25 wins and seeing how the Brawl Pass can affect our win ratio. Spike ended at 691 trophies. Unfortunately, this is still 59 under what we needed, but I still gained almost 100, so I'll take that. I actually did end up getting Crow to R20, aka 500 trophies, and in total he gained 150 trophies. I got Frank to R22 and he actually ended with the most trophies gained at 215. That means this part of the challenge was mostly a success. In terms of the 25 wins, unfortunately, we only got 17. But to be fair, anyone who watches my channel should have expected that. Overall, this part of the challenge was a fail. Now moving on to whether the Brawl Pass helps in winning or not, the answer is yes. Obviously yes. While I may have gotten destroyed even with the buffs, the average player would not. I'm just really bad at the game. Crow's gadgets are really good, and I do think they made a big difference in how games would go, so I would say that the Brawl Pass does help a lot. I would mention Spike's Hypercharge, but I used it once. But that's going to be the video. If you guys enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing. This video took forever to make. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this in the comments, and thanks for watching guys. Bye.